Clark just did something that no athlete has done since Michael.
Welcome back to the Caitlin Clark Update. Today's story is bringing a brand new major twist to the WNBA conversation. A major new deal involving Caitlin Clark has fans asking questions, and Angel Reese's reaction has added even more fuel to the story. What really happened, and why is this deal creating so much buzz? Stay with me until the very end as we break down all the details and reactions. Let us get straight into today's story. Do you recall a time when the mere mention of Michael Jordan could instantly sell out just about any product on the market? Now look at Caitlin Clark, a sensation who is totally upending the basketball scene and causing anxiety among WNBA veterans. They are sweating for far more reasons than just the heat, as Caitlin's current contract reflects the legendary influence of Michael Jackson. She is rapidly emerging as a formidable force, demonstrating that this new era of basketball may very well belong to her, thanks to her extraordinary talent and growing influence. If you appreciate this content, consider giving this video a like and subscribing to the channel. Believe it or not, more than 90% of viewers haven't subscribed yet. It is free and only takes a second, but it means the world to us. So, have you subscribed already?
It's like Wayne Gretzky, Michael Jordan, probably eventually Caitlin Clark, where it's like individual people make an entire country tune into their sport.
1,000%.
Like hockey was never bigger than when Wayne Gretzky was playing it. And it was ridiculous how much it grew the sport.
Tiger Woods.
She is actively changing the very culture of basketball itself. Some seasoned athletes are feeling overshadowed by the excitement surrounding her groundbreaking collaboration with a billion-dollar business. This is more than just an endorsement agreement. It is the biggest basketball partnership since a young player from North Carolina revolutionized sneaker culture with that distinctive swoosh. All the focus is now squarely on Clark, who is absolutely dominating the corporate world in addition to the court. Watch this space as we wrap up with some motivational remarks from Jordan and share a special basketball statistic that connects him and Clark. So, are you prepared? Now, let us get started. Well, she is incredible. Congratulations to her and her family. Honestly, the crazy thing is I am just seeing her last year when they played LSU, but she is phenomenal. Let us put this into context. Caitlin Clark is the first female athlete since Michael Jordan to debut her own signature basketball collection, thanks to Wilson, the NBA, and WNBA's official game ball supplier. With this news, you can almost hear Cheryl Swoops gritting her teeth right now. It is interesting to note that Swoops has recently focused far more on Clark than her own illustrious career, showcasing Caitlin's emerging talent. Caitlin's name is now being inscribed in the Marketing Hall of Fame right beside Michael Jordan's. These are definitely not your normal basketballs from gym class. They honor Clark's greatest professional accomplishments with these sleek white and gold designs that include laser-etched motifs. The 3-up ball is one of them that honors her bold shooting range. The Crowd Maestro honors her ability to transform every single arena into an unforgettable experience akin to a Beyoncé concert. While the Record Breaker ball displays her absolute dominance on the stat sheet, Caitlin is completely redefining what it actually means to be a sports superstar, making her the first athlete since Michael Jordan to get her very own signature basketball from Wilson. She also becomes the first WNBA player to get her own signature basketball. Wilson was totally unable to meet the demand. In less than 40 minutes, tens of thousands of Clark's signature basketballs completely sold out. That is less time than A'ja Wilson needs to compose a cryptic tweet. It was not merely a soft launch, it was a cultural phenomenon that was similar to the hype surrounding the release of an iPhone or a partnership with Travis Scott. And just when you thought the momentum was at an all-time high, Clark released another collection, collaborating with a major grocery chain this time, and yes, you heard correctly. With a supermarket, Caitlin Clark is now reaching sneaker-level sellouts. Her influence is expanding to previously unheard-of levels, bridging the gap between daily life and sports. Calling all Caitlin Clark fans. 2 new limited edition basketballs are now available at select Hy-Vee stores. The designs are part of the Inspire series that Clark is doing in partnership with Wilson Sporting Goods. The tribute ball pays homage to Clark's memorable time within the Iowa women's basketball team. And the Dreamer Ball is designed to encourage young athletes to pursue their dreams. Both are actually available in sizes 3 and 6 at select Hy-Vee stores, which is something Amanda Lamb, Wilson's head of global brand, clarified. Look, Caitlin Clark is a true cultural icon as well as a record-breaking athlete. Translation, she is indeed the player, not just another regular competitor. Wilson is placing a major wager on her to lead their women's basketball brand going forward, because this is definitely not a short-term promotion. We are talking about a comprehensive brand shift. Caitlin's face is now the official face of the entire game, signaling a truly transformative moment for women's basketball and elevating the sport to brand new heights. And when you take stock of the fact that outside of Kevin Durant, an aging superstar, and LeBron James, who is 40 years old, and Steph Curry, there is not a single NBA player more popular today than Caitlin Clark. That is huge, and the ripple effect of Caitlin Clark's success is resonating throughout the entire league. This kind of strategic move is genuinely reshaping the possibilities for female athletes. Clark is not just reaping financial rewards. She is totally overturning the traditional endorsement playbook and creating real tension in locker rooms as some of the league's most vocal critics find themselves sidelined without any endorsements. Now, let's actually examine the numbers, as they speak louder than any critic's angry tweet. Caitlin Clark's WNBA games are currently averaging 1.18 million viewers, which is 3 times the league average. She is not merely raising the bar, she's launching it straight into orbit. This phenomenal rookie is tripling the WNBA's entire audience, showcasing her unprecedented impact in a sport that is only just beginning to realize her potential. And here is the most exciting part: she has not even reached her peak yet. We knew Caitlin Clark was marketable, but she's being put over some truly legendary names. In fact, some huge international names, 2 of them being Messi and Ronaldo. Arenas are constantly filled with record TV ratings and historic social media clips going viral every single week. Caitlin Clark is truly transforming how people view women's basketball. Fans who did not even know the WNBA existed last year are now rearranging their daily schedules just to catch fever games. Why? Because every single time she steps on the court, Clark brings a level of excitement that is hard to ignore. She isn't just playing. She is delivering a real show, a one-woman ratings powerhouse and an economic booster for women's basketball. She's drawing in fans who have never watched a women's game before. To Gen Z, she is a true role model. To older boomers, she evokes memories of Larry Bird, complete with a modern social media presence. Middle America is embracing the fever as if it were the NFL itself. Just about everyone wants to be part of the Caitlin Clark phenomenon, except notably a few bitter veterans who just cannot comprehend how this rising star has overshadowed them without even trying. But for Caitlin Clark, landing on a global marketability list for athletes and sitting ahead of both Messi and Ronaldo is a truly impressive feat. Steph Curry is actually behind her on the list, while players like Dejon Carrington spend time subtweeting Caitlin Clark and questioning her rise. Meanwhile, Clark is busy constructing a billion-dollar brand. She is aligning herself with Wilson Sporting Goods, officially joining the great Michael Jordan in an exclusive club that now boasts just 2 members. Look, criticize all you want, but the actual statistics speak for themselves. This is merely the beginning of her journey, so do not just take my word for it. Just listen to the legends. Mike Breen, the iconic voice of the NBA, delivered one of the highest compliments imaginable by actively mentioning Caitlin Clark alongside real basketball royalty. This is not a mere opinion, it is basketball canon. Clark continues to make her historic mark on the game, and the global buzz surrounding her is only growing much stronger. She is actually doing ratings-wise for the WNBA what Michael Jordan, LeBron James, and Steph Curry have been doing for the NBA. This is not just about Caitlin Clark's performance on the court either. It is about her impact off of it. Clark has successfully evolved from being simply the best story in basketball into a true marketing powerhouse. In fact, industry experts now rank her as the 4th most marketable athlete in the entire world, not just within the WNBA or women's basketball, but globally across all sports. This remarkable achievement places her way ahead of entire sports leagues and huge international stars, including those few bitter veterans who are still stuck subtweeting from the sidelines. Just let that truly sink in. Clark has successfully leapfrogged over entire marketing departments to become the true face of the most dynamic movement in women's sports right now. With her in the limelight, the WNBA is finally entering prime time, and this time, it is for real. We can definitely expect a major influx of sponsorships, expanded national TV coverage, and a much more prominent seat for women's basketball at the table than we've ever seen before. The future is bright, and Caitlin Clark is leading the way. But what about the idea of some players being jealous? Yes, that probably exists. Yeah, sure, they are jealous. I mean, would you be jealous of somebody who got a $28 million shoe deal or whatever the deal is before you even step foot on the court? Clearly, not everyone is celebrating Caitlin Clark's rapid rise to stardom. While she is smiling for the cameras and reshaping the entire business of basketball, some of the league's veterans are really starting to feel the pinch. This is not just any ordinary talent. Caitlin Clark is a superstar with serious leverage, and that has created a tense atmosphere in several locker rooms. Consider this. A first-year player enters the league, shattering 62 records, attracting over 1 million viewers every single game, and selling out arenas like she is Taylor Swift in high tops. It should be an absolute dream scenario for the league. Instead, some seasoned players have responded with hard elbows, eye rolls, and even vague, cryptic Instagram posts. The contrast between Clark's explosive rise and the reactions from some veterans highlights the shifting dynamics in the WNBA, leaving everyone to grapple with this brand new landscape of women's basketball. And what a lot of people were not willing, or were maybe a bit too reluctant to appreciate, was the actual game on this young white sister of ours. She can seriously ball, and oh, by the way, she has been a great ambassador for the game. And do not forget, she came in from day one and looked out for everybody else. For 22 years, they could not get chartered flights. That sister got there, and it was done in 2 weeks. That is who Caitlin Clark is. The WNBA has historically always emphasized toughness, grit, and unity. It is a league where players fought tirelessly to elevate a sport that has often been overlooked. Then Caitlin Clark burst onto the scene, completely flipping the script as national cameras, endorsements, and skyrocketing viewership followed her lead. To some, it could seem like she skipped the entire line, but what they failed to see is that she had genuinely earned her spot. However, the anxiety surrounding her rapid ascent is not just confined to passive, nasty tweets. It is fully palpable right on the court. Some players have targeted Clark with greater hostility, presumably seeking to humble her via physical force. Make no mistake, this competition is deeply personal. When players go chest to chest with someone like Clark, they are generally fueled by a massive chip on their shoulder. A chip the size of a WNBA salary cap, no less. This growing climate clearly demonstrates the deep intricacies of Clark's impact on the league and the fierce competitive spirit it has generated among its players. This is professional women's basketball, and yet they treat it like some junior high school girls' locker room. We are seeing junior high school girl antics on the court. Instead of just playing the game, they bring pure drama because they are jealous. Instead of letting their actual skills speak for themselves, they bring the drama because they are bitter. So, what causes all this bitterness? The answer is easy. Caitlin Clark has what many veterans never got to experience. We are talking wealthy endorsements, tremendous celebrity, and a cultural spotlight that appears to beam brighter than ever. Longtime players cannot help but wonder, where was all of this support when we were rising up? It is a genuine concern, but it is vital to highlight that Clark is not responsible for this imbalance. Even Charles Barkley, famed for his brutally honest comments, weighed in by fiercely criticizing the jealousy thrown at Clark and spotlighting the negativity surrounding her achievements. He said, "These ladies, and I am a big WNBA fan, they cannot screw this Caitlin Clark thing up any worse if they tried. The uncomfortable truth is that Caitlin Clark is casting a bright light on the faults the league has long tried to ignore. Deep issues, including the stark pay disparity and limited marketing, along with the failure to communicate with supporters outside their core demographic, have been chronic, ongoing challenges. While Clark did not cause these deep challenges, her immense achievement highlights what is possible when someone actually moves the needle. To put things in perspective, Clark's WNBA salary is only $76,500, zero. While her estimated revenues from endorsements top $11 million, zero in a single year, this huge discrepancy is not only about a paycheck. It puts Clark under such intense scrutiny that the league's entire pay system appears to be a major glitch in the matrix. Her rapid ascent is compelling the league to finally face an issue that it has been putting off for far too long. So, she spoke out against that, and she actually got people paid. She got much better travel arrangements. She increased the ratings and the overall revenue, which the WNBA obviously benefited from exponentially because now they have a $200 million deal. With all of these things being considered, you are damn right it is appropriate that she got Athlete of the Year. She is incredibly special, and the story is in fact changing, along with the financial dynamics. The very idea of a WNBA player earning millions of dollars has quickly moved from sheer fantasy right into the daily news. The organization needs to truly welcome the change rather than fight it, if this new generation of players is to genuinely elevate everyone in the league. In actual reality, we are standing at a critical juncture. Mainly because of her sudden success, the league is being forced to change, grow, and adapt. However, these veterans run a real risk of falling behind as the game changes around them, especially if they maintain a bitter why-her mentality rather than thinking about what is truly feasible right now. Accepting this shift is crucial for the ongoing development and cultural relevance of the sport. I mean, what little girl actually wants to grow up and play in a league where you get targeted like that? What? How can you sit here and demand that everyone take women's sports seriously when you can't even take the game seriously enough to stop acting like a dramatic junior high queen out on the court? It is stupid. That is just so dumb. It honestly looks like nothing more than a soapbox. A major, crucial voice emerged right when the Caitlin Clark phenomenon was reaching its peak, completely shifting the entire basketball scene. We had not heard a single thing from Jordan Michael until that exact moment. His remarks on Clark completely changed the narrative, completely upending the entire basketball world in the process. Look, Jordan's endorsement was a truly historic moment for women's basketball because it did more than just validate her rising status. It completely elevated the conversation around her influence and potential. What if I told you that a WNBA rookie is currently out here doing what nobody thought was possible, actually outshining the legacy of the great Michael Jordan? How would you even react? Caitlin Clark is the one flipping the script. Her rookie numbers are ridiculous, and fans, analysts, and even Michael Jordan's stans are talking, so let's explore that pivotal moment. The undeniable GOAT, Michael Jordan, whose iconic sneaker brand basically sustains entire economies, has officially endorsed Caitlin Clark. This was far more than a light-hearted remark. His enthusiasm for her growing influence on the game was completely sincere, and Jordan emphasized how amazing it is to watch young kids dribbling with Clark's signature basketball. This is definitely more than just flattery. It is a major passing of the torch moment from the legendary leap man to the new queen of the three, just like how older generations used to imitate his iconic move. But Jordan did not stop there. In a truly powerful statement, he declared that Clark deserves immense credit from the WNBA for everything she is contributing to the sport. Let that resonate for a second. It is honestly hard to argue when Michael Jordan tells the NBA to value someone like Clark. Right now is the time to pay attention. After all, the man who made basketball a global phenomenon is one of the very few people who actually knows what it means to revolutionize a sport. His comments are powerful and represent a truly pivotal moment in the long history of women's basketball. You know, well enough that back in 1984, when Michael Jordan first entered the NBA, league ratings were not great, and Chicago Stadium was only, about a third full. The simple fact that the most famous person in men's basketball is endorsing a WNBA player completely destroys the antiquated idea that women's basketball is a subsidiary league, making this moment incredibly significant. Michael Jordan did far more than just recognize Caitlin Clark as merely an excellent women's basketball player. She is outstanding for basketball overall, he claimed, and that is a truly revolutionary distinction. Just take a look at this startling number, if you were not already amazed. Only 2 rookies in combined NBA and WNBA history have averaged at least 18 points, 8.5 assists, 5 rebounds, 1 block, and 2 steals per game in the postseason: Michael Jordan and Caitlin Clark. That is not just impressive, it has massive historical significance. She is not merely following Jordan's lead. Step by step and play by play, she stands right next to him. One thing has become quite evident as Jordan's massive endorsement keeps on reverberating across the entire basketball community, especially with those truly amazing statistics supporting her historic accomplishment. This is about far more than just a new WNBA star's ascent. The rise of a truly transcendent athlete is completely changing how we think about endorsements and what is possible for female athletes. Not only is Caitlin Clark creating a massive stir, she is actively bringing about a truly significant upheaval in the sports world. He is getting the absolute lion's share of the attention right now. All of his games are being broadcast on television, and he is just a highly polarizing figure, much like Tiger Woods was when he first joined the PGA Tour. Just like he changed the total economics of golf the same way Michael Jordan changed global financial economics, and now women's sports are already changing as a direct result of Caitlin Clark's massive influence, she is much more than simply her team's main attraction. Right now, she is rapidly emerging as a key figure in a massive marketing revolution. Companies are not just investing in her. To focus on her, they are radically reconsidering their tactics. Clark's moment is really just beginning. Unlike so many other athletes who need years to become household names, there is absolutely no waiting period for her in real time. She is building her kingdom. This is no short-lived hot run, but a strong movement. So the real question now is not whether Caitlin Clark can actually sustain this momentum, but rather how far she will advance the league alongside her as she continues to dominate on the court, fill up arenas, and land major international endorsement deals. In reality, we are not just seeing the simple birth of a star. We are witnessing a rapidly accelerating process in motion. Here is the most exciting part. Caitlin Clark is nowhere near finished yet. She is really just getting started. Do you guys agree? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you like this, please subscribe and hit that like button.